Ew, that was gross. Yo, it's the most brutally honest guy you know, Mr. Lantern here. Welcome to Let's Play Pokemon Yellow. So, I know I don't, finish Let's Plays. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. But we're gonna do this anyway, because, man, I've just been itching to play some Pokemon, dude. Sword and Shield got announced a while back, and I'm hyped up, bro. I'm hyped up. So, we're gonna play some Pokemon Yellow. I do actually have some rules set up here because I do want to make sure that this playthrough is interesting. So I have these open in a notepad right next to me here. We're going to go over them real quick. Let's see. Pokemon Yellow rules. Number 1, no turbo button for the most part. I may be playing this on an emulator due to limitations, but I still want this playthrough to be authentic. The only time turbo will be used is when I'm doing grinding that isn't part of the main episode or just straight up isn't going to be recorded. I want the turbo button to be only useful to me, and not, a way to make the game faster and make the content more annoying to watch for you guys. At least that's the way I feel about it. I'm personally not a big fan of the turbo button when other people use it in their playthroughs. Number 2, absolutely no glitching will be used whatsoever, with one exception. This means no missing, no glitch, no skipping badges with things like Brock through walls, and no glitching my way into catching certain Pokemon that I would not be able to obtain otherwise. Let's see, number 3, the battle style will be set to, because I believe it makes the game more challenging and the playthrough more interesting. It's not going to be a Nuzlocke or anything. I just want the game to be, a bit more difficult for me, because I play a lot of fucking Pokemon, so I want this to be a slightly, larger challenge. And last but not least, number 4, complete the Pokedex. I cannot believe that I'm actually doing this. I've never made a proper attempt at doing this that actually got finished, but, why not? The tagline has got to catch them all for a reason. That does mean that I'm going to be playing Red and Blue on the side to be able to trade any Pokemon that are not obtainable within Yellow over to my game to complete the dex. However, I'm going to make sure that any single Pokemon that can be obtained within Pokemon Yellow for the Pokedex, I will be obtaining on screen in this playthrough. Because I want to be able to show you guys how to get as many Pokemon as possible for the dex within Pokemon Yellow alone. So yeah, that was a nice 3 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and hit start here real quick. We're gonna get to configure the options. So I do need to make sure I change the battle style to set. There we go. I don't know, print lighter, darker, darkest. Darkest. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and hit new game here. I'm not really going to be reading most of the text, because, I mean, come on, it's Pokemon Yellow. But yeah, it's just, oh, Professor Oak, World of Pokemon, I study as a profession, what's your name? Let's see, for this journey, we're going to be following the adventures of Pokemon trainer Mikey. There we go. And, for my rival, I don't really have anything super creative in mind. We're just going to go with Blue. However, I'm going to spell it out myself because I don't like the all capitals, because I have OCD. So I guess I'll give a small little rundown of Pokemon Yellow, even though I'm pretty sure most of you know what it is. So of course there was the original Pokemon games, Pokemon Red and Blue, or Red and Green, if you're in Japan, that got released in the late 90s. Pokemon Yellow is the follow-up / remake of those games. That is basically meant to recreate the story of the anime within Pokemon Red and Blue to an extent, because in the anime you have Ash Ketchum, his partner is a Pikachu that never evolves, yada yada yada. Pokemon Yellow is very similar to that in the fact that Oak is going to catch this Pikachu here, which, spoiler alert, will become our starter. I mean, it's not like, it's a very difficult thing to guess considering he's on the box art and everything. I should not drop my headphones. This is why I should only keep one headphone in when I like to hear myself yabber. That's not a word. I need to stop rocking back and forth too. Good lord, I'm so professional. But yeah, basically it's similar to Pokemon Yellow in terms of certain Pokemon you can obtain, the way certain trainers and events are changed, and the fact that your starter is a Pikachu, which you are not able to evolve. So yeah, other than that, we have basically the classic start here. We have, Blue is like, oh, okay, I should be the Schlick, and then Oak is like, no, Blue, you smell. And then, yeah. So we're gonna try and take this Pokeball here, which is supposed to be our starter, but then Blue's gonna be like, and then take it. Blue snatched the Pokemon. Blue, what are you doing?
Gramps, I want this one.
But all right then. That Pokemon is yours. I was going to give you the one anyway. Mikey, come over here. Mikey, this is the Pokemon I caught earlier. You can have it. I caught it in the wild and it's not tame yet.
And now we have a Pikachu. Do you want to give a nickname to Pikachu? Yes, I do. We're gonna name it Choo Choo because I'm creative. Nailed it. So let's go ahead and take a look at Pikachu real quick. So you're gonna notice something over to the right of my gameplay right here. First, you're gonna see Pikachu in that top little Pokeball up there. Those 6 Pokeballs are obviously going to be containing whatever the 6 Pokemon in our party are at the time. However, I'll probably end up just putting whatever our permanent team members are within those balls as I obtain them. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It depends on how I feel about it by the time I actually get around to the editing. Anyways, so Pikachu. Pikachu's base stats are also going to be on the right in what I like to call the info zone. It's that little blank space between the Pokeballs and the game screen. It's going to be where I put any extra information that I'd like to add to the playthrough, you know, to make it a bit more easier to understand in a visual medium, because I'm not the greatest at explaining things sometimes. So yeah, Pikachu, very fast, that's it. Doesn't have the greatest stats otherwise, and even its base speed stat of 90 is not excellent. One thing to go over is the special stat. In the original Pokemon games, that being Red, Blue, Green, and Yellow, there was no special attack and special defense. That did not get added until Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. The way special works is it's basically special attack and special defense in one. Your special is how much damage you do with special attacks, as well as how resistant you are against them. I'll always point out which Pokemon's stat on the base stat list equates to its special. It does always say at the bottom, but that's kind of hard to read, so I'll make sure to point it out for you. For Pikachu, its base special is 50, so you're going to want to look at that base special attack stat right there. The reason it works like this is because when Gen 2 rolled around, they basically took every Pokemon's base special stat and equated it to either their base special attack or special defense, and then made the other one a completely new number. So for Pikachu, his base special of 50 eventually becomes a base special attack of 50 later. Anyways, so this is the first rival fight. Blue has an Eevee as his starter. Really, this fight is actually pretty free, because as opposed to the normal rival fight in Red and Blue where you both just have normal type moves, you actually have Stab, Thundershock, which is rather useful. Due to the fact that, for all of you who don't know, the way same type attack bonus works is when you're using a move that is the same type of the Pokemon you are using, as long as it's an attacking move, you are actually able to get a 1.5 times boost to the move's base damage. So, for example, Thundershock has a base power of 40, but since it is an electric type move, just like Pikachu is an electric type Pokemon, that base power becomes 60. So, you know, Blue's gonna run off here, and Oka's gonna be like, what? Wow, that Pikachu's following you, Ed-the-Babed, just like my favorite show, Pokemon Indigo League, on the Kids WB network. Just kidding. That doesn't exist anymore, I think. I don't know, I'm younger than the Kids WB network. Anyway, so here you're gonna see the list of encounters in Route 1 on the right, in the info zone. I'm going to be doing this for every route, and I'm also going to make sure that I list any exclusives in the routes that you can only find in either Red or Blue. Otherwise, everything you'll be seeing on there can be found in all 3 games, or in just Yellow. I'm not going to specify what's found in Yellow, because it should be pretty self-explanatory to think that, you know, if I'm playing Yellow, everything on there can be found in Yellow, aside from what I'm going to note specifically as version exclusives for Red and Blue. But yeah, this route's pretty simple. You can only really find Rattata and Pidgey. I'll go ahead and go over those 2 real quick. Rattata, pretty basic Pokemon. It basically started the trend of the Route 1 rodent, as I like to say. Just a normal type Pokemon, relatively fast, decent attacking stat. It's honestly pretty underrated in my opinion, especially in Gen 1 actually. I actually like Raticate a lot. I think it's very fun to use. And I also just like the design. I think it's cool, but that's just a personal thing. So yeah, honestly, I wouldn't advise against picking up Eradicate, because it's honestly not that bad in this game. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pick up Oak's parcel here while I go over the second and only other Pokemon available on Route 1, Pidgey. Pidgey, again, also started a trend, that being the Route 1 bird. Every region has one. They're all, normal flying type, as except for Fletchling, which eventually evolves into a fire flying type, but that's a whole different shebang. Pidgey is also okay. Honestly, I prefer, if I would say you had to pick up something from this route, I would say Rattata over Pidgey, for a couple of reasons. One, the flying type in general is really bad in Gen 1. Like, it's garbage. It's so bad. The main reasons for that being there's like 4 flying type attacking moves. Only one of them is really good. That being Drill Peck, which has a base power of 80. And can only be learned by flying types that aren't Pidgey. Otherwise, the only flying type stab you can get is Wing Attack, Fly, and Sky Attack. The thing that sucks about Fly and Sky Attack is that they take 2 turns, and the thing about Wing Attack is that, you may think, oh, dude, Wing Attack, base power move, or base 60 move, might not be that bad. You're actually wrong, sir. On the contrary, in Gen 1, for some reason, Wing Attack has 35 base power. I'm so glad they changed this when Gen 2 rolled around, and made Gust a flying type move with 35 base power, and then gave Wing Attack base 60. But yeah, in this game, Gust is a normal type move, and Wing Attack is base 35, so it's garbage. So yeah, basically the only flying type move that's any good is Drill Peck and Fly, kind of. Yeah, Fly and Sky Attack, actually, but, Fly and Sky Attack are fine, but, Drill Peck is definitely, like, the best, flying type move that this game has to offer, and Pidgeot can't even learn it. We'll get into Pokemon that can later, but, so yeah, we just picked up the Pokedex from Oak, as well as the town map from Blue's sister. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go ahead and vamos up to Viridian City and buy some Pokeballs, because obviously if we're completing the decks, we gotta start catching stuff, man. I think that's actually the first Pidgey that I've encountered. So something else to go over with Pokemon Yellow is that it's actually designed to be a decent bit harder than the original Gen 1 games, believe it or not, even though Gen 1 games are already pretty hard as is. There's a lot higher level Pokemon in Yellow in general. That includes wilds, gyms. I believe the only exception is like static encounters, which are the same level. I'm gonna buy about 10 Pokeballs here, and then maybe a couple potions as well. But yeah, Pokemon in general are a lot higher level in Pokemon Yellow, so that is something you kind of want to watch out for. But at the same time, I appreciate it because, again, I like a challenging game. Says the guy who has never completed a Nuzlocke, but, it's fine, it's fine. So we're actually approaching the 15-minute mark here, and we're going to go ahead and call this one quits for now. Thankfully, I was able to get pretty much everything I wanted to say, said. Man, I'm good at speaking English, I swear. So, next time, we're going to go ahead and just keep continuing up through the routes, and we're going to start finally catching some Pokemon to fill out our decks next episode. So yeah, got anything to say, Pikachu? Alright, you gonna give me that look, are you, you little shithead? Alright, fine. See you next time.